Hi, I'm Brien Lundin. I'm here at the Metals Investor Forum, and I'm talking with Gord Neal, who is running New Pacific Metals, an emerging silver explorer that really is kind of ahead of the game. Just to give a little bit of background, it's the next big deal of a gentleman called Feng, who is an old friend of mine, old friend of Gord's as well, but who had a tremendous success with a company called Corp. And about 10 years ago, I invested in a new company of Breeze because he was going to put his next project that he was able to find in that company. And I sat in that company for 10 years and never sold a share because I knew that when he found something, it was going to be exciting. And Gord, this is it.
Yeah.
Can you describe the Silver Sands project and what New Pacific has going?
Yeah, I can describe it, but I also just want to sort of augment what you said about Ray.
Yeah.
Everything that Ray Feng has put his hand on, every project has become economic. And one of the mantras of this group is we're not looking at things that don't have grade and don't have the possibility of becoming economically viable. So to start that's a great place to start.
And easily economically viable.
Correct.
I mean, for Silver Core, his first mine, the Ying mine, he never even went through feasibility studies. He just went and started mining it and very profitably so.
And his fourth year of being a public company, he made $25 million in profits.
Right.
I mean, that's unheard of, really. But when he came across this particular property, the first thing that stood out was the scale of it. The fact that it was mineralizations at surface. As Brent Cook and a lot of the newsletter writers say, most of the high-grade deposits that have been found, and they're hard to find in any place else in the world, except in places like Bolivia where it's underexplored. So, he went down, he found this thing, and we looked at it, and so far it's impressive. The channel samples are north of anywhere between 200 to 350 grams per ton over long distances. The width of the mineralization at surface is 100 meters. We've drilled to depth at 350 meters and it's still mineralized with the same kind of grades.
And the strike length?
1.6 kilometers so far.
Yeah.
I've walked it and it's sticking out of the ground. This would have been gone if it was in any other country. To have, it's early days, but for us to see that kind of scale, Ray is in Silver Corp is mining meter-wide, high-grade veins.
Right.
It's difficult, but he's still making money. When he saw that he could get his arms around something that was 100 meters wide or 80 to 100, this is so much easier. It's at surface. In Ying, he's 300 to 500 meters underground.
Right.
Here we're at surface. So for us now, it's a process of getting the drills turning and getting the numbers out.
Yeah, and if you look at that, if you look at the width, the depth, the strike, and do some quick math, the numbers get really silly as far as potential silver mineralization. It's so impressive that Pan American came in as an investor after seeing the project for one day.
Yeah, they were there for one day. They know Bolivia though, so they have the San Vicente mine in Bolivia, and we didn't really need the cash, but having a company like Pan American put its hand up, and our biggest risk in this company is Bolivia itself and the government, because it's new. Having somebody who's worked there since 1999, who knows the government. Successfully. They make money on the San Vicente mine. They're the same mindset that we are. We're not going to run it unless we make money. To have them and their systems that they have in place and their community relations, we said, you know what, it's worth bringing them in as a partner.
How much did they invest again?
22.7 million.
On the basis of a one-day field report from their geologists.
Exactly. But amazing. I mean, when it's sticking out of the ground like that, and you can look at the core and you see it in the core, then that's what happened.
What attracts me to this opportunity as a shareholder and recommending it to my readers in Gold Newsletter is the fact that you're just not looking at this huge upside potential. You're going out in an extremely aggressive manner, proving it up. Your drills are turning. How big is the drill program, and when are the results going to start coming in?
We started at a 30,000 meter program. And that was before Pan American came in with their funds. And so we moved it from a 30,000 to 50,000 meter program. We've got 4 drills turning on the property. I've got 20 holes in the box right now that are going through the assay labs, and I should have results out middle of February, end of February, something like that. And then they'll come out continuously as we push this, I'd say every 45 to 60 days, continually till we...
So lots of news flow, but it's not just a project that's been explored from the surface. It's not just something where, okay, we're going to put the first drill hole, see if it goes to depth. You've got previous drilling on this project that proves the consistency of the mineralization. Before you even bought the project, you drilled 4 holes on your own dime to confirm previous drilling, and it did confirm that drilling. So it's not a mystery in that regard.
No, we when Ray first saw it, he actually thought it was somebody was pulling a joke, or he thought it was
too good to be true.
I hate to say it, I'll use the word. He thought it was bullshit.
Yeah.
And so he sent a geologist over, and the geologist called him and said, "I think you better get over here. This looks real." And so when you're looking at 250 to 500 grams per ton channel samples, 900 grams per ton channel samples over an 80 meter width of the thing. Then they had 3 holes, and those holes ran from 127 grams to 500 grams per ton over various widths.
Right.
So we wanted to twin those holes to make sure that they were accurate. So there was 846 channel samples. We sampled probably 150 of those channel samples, and just to verify the numbers. And we twinned all those 3 holes and did a couple of scissor holes. And the numbers matched up almost, they matched up. And that was the impetus for us to move forward and raise the money, which, Silver Corp put in $20 million in the first round. Ray put himself $4.5 million in. I wrote a check, not as big as Ray's because I'm not as rich as Ray.
Yeah.
But everybody sort of stepped up, and then we had some investors come in as well for $36 million in total, and then we paid $40 million for the property. But it's proving up for us. It's exciting because the silver space is so small. It's a small space. I get people calling me all the time saying, "What's next in silver? I need something in silver." If you have something that's of this grade, and we have yet to prove that it holds up. It's in sandstone, so that's why the mineralization is disseminated fairly broadly across the host rock. And the one down the road from us, Cerro Rico, is in tertiary rocks, so it's a different animal.
Yeah.
It's exciting for us to have something that we think is going to be world-class scale over 1.6, you said this earlier, 1.6 kilometers, 100 meters wide, 350 deep so far, and Peter McGaw, who I worked with at Mag Silver, has come to the property. He thinks it's going to go deeper. When we had an analyst on site, I let him do I didn't tell him, we talked about the metrics, and we finally got in the core yard. He said, "Okay, I got it. I see the core. I've seen this property," and he got on his calculator and did the math. And he goes, "Wait a minute, that's got to be wrong."
I did the same thing when I was talking.
He cleared it out, and he goes, "Jesus." He said, and so I said to him, "Look, I get that that's an exciting number, but just cut it in half. Let's be conservative, as Brent Cook would do, and cut it in half. And it's still a big number."
It is.
Right?
It's orders of magnitude. And I did the same thing when I was talking to Marie about the project initially. I plugged those numbers into the calculator, and I thought I misplaced a decimal point or something along the way. And so what we have here is a very good shot at having the next truly large silver discovery, and it's going to probably happen this year as you're given that drilling program. So really looking forward to that news flow.
Yeah, me too. I've said this before, for one person to have worked on finding a Mag Silver, was one of the founders of Mag, and to have this, I'm kind of like a little giddy kid in a candy store.
Well, I want to know what your next deal is, but this one sure looks like it's going to be a big success.
Thank you, Brian.
Gord, thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks for coming. Thank you for having me.